about that. Nothing.
Okay. Let the captain go, man.
I say just as difficult as it is for a 70-year-old woman to go and log in and use.
We always talk about grandmas, and now we talk about the grandpas.
Listen,
grandmas and grandpas. We thought last time it was like, is grandma gonna get a hardware wallet? We ain't worried about grandma getting a hardware wallet. Now it's grandpa. Is he gonna stake? Come on, man.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul. Can you dig any deeper now?
Welcome everybody back to the Well Rocket Crypto Show with your favorite host, boy Captain Crypto. I got my man Moose. Moon, talk to me, man. How y'all feeling?
Feeling good, feeling great, man. How about you?
I'm good.
Feeling pain over here, baby. Feeling pain.
Yeah, I take that back, man. I thought I was Gucci, but it's only because I haven't looked into my spot account, haven't looked into my wallets. I have just stayed away, so I'm feeling good only because I don't know the true.
I'm doing the same thing. That's why I am feeling good and I am feeling great because I ain't looked at my spot account once.
Mm-hmm. So, man, I hope you in the same boat, bro.
Man, I look at mine daily, man. I look at it daily. Man, I look at it daily, man.
You got to avoid the pain. You feeling the max pain yet, brother?
Well, you definitely feel it. I mean, if you got your money staked on these exchanges right now, I can tell you that right now. With these failing exchanges right now, boy, we are looking bad. We're looking bad. They're going down left and right. We got Terra Luna, the first that we've talked about. Capitulation started. Cascading effect. You got Three Arrows Capital, big lender, big protocol, caught in the midst of it. You got a lot of insolvencies out there with failing exchanges. You know what? I wish there was a channel that told people, hey, make sure you take your money off the exchange early. You know what I'm saying? Early. Moose, do you know of a channel that would have done such a thing? It's the Whale Rocket Crypto.
I'm gonna say Whale Rocket, man. I'm gonna say episode maybe 3 or 4, man. Maybe.
It sound like Cap. It sound like Cap is patting himself on the back. Right. He's patting himself on the back.
I'm just saying, failing exchanges, you would not be a victim of this if you had your own keys. That's all I'm saying. If you had your own keys, you wouldn't be a victim.
So let's dive into this, man.
All
right, what's the first topic? Come on, let's go.
Let's get this misery over.
Let's go. Well, let's talk about it right now. Failing exchanges, topic number 1. All right, here we go. To what defense do you have that could suggest that anything other than keeping your keys in your own, just having your own keys, having your own wallet? To what defense do you have that could combat that?
Hey, I'm gonna let Moose go first.
Captain couldn't wait for this, man. Listen. I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't have a defense for your keys other than, hey, you hold them, you lose them. That's my motto. You hold them, you lose them. So, right now,
they hold them, you lose them too.
No doubt, man. No doubt, they hold them, you lose them too, man. Here's the thing, right? Like, you have over 1 million customers right now, highly upset with these exchanges. Voyager's in the hot seat. Celsius, another one. And there's several other exchanges, man. I think the number last I saw was like 20 exchanges so far have completely dissolved. Voyager's not one of those yet. They have filed bankruptcy. But man, it's rough, man. And you're right. Like, everything comes full circle, man. Like, now in hindsight, maybe having your crypto on a ledger and not trying to aggressively stake, maybe that in hindsight, that's the best move. But man, it's easier said now than it is done, man. At the end of the day, staking is part of enticing people into the crypto world, man. You buy crypto, you put interest on it. But one thing that we all know about interest, whether it's crypto, a bank, when there's interest being given to you, something is being done with the money or asset that you have handed over. and that's a fact, man. And Voyager, boy, they were just highly risky with everybody's crypto and assets. The good thing is, it seems like if you had US dollars on the exchange, you'll be able to get those back through, those are FDIC insured through Metropolitan Bank. So Voyager was smart enough to keep people's USD in Metropolitan Bank away from the crypto. So now your crypto is another whole ball game, USDC, all that stuff. But man, I'm gonna tell you something though, Captain, and then I'm gonna let Moon jump into it, man. A lot of people, man, are just diving into crypto with no regard for what they're buying, man. You wouldn't believe how many people I've seen on these forums that are confusing USDC with US dollars, man. And it couldn't be more from the opposite of what they are, man. And people just, that's the knock on this whole hold your own keys. If you're going to hold your own keys, people don't even read the fine print between USD and USDC, man. There's no way I would entrust them to hold their own keys and not lose their, it could potentially be their life savings. But if you're darned if you do, darned if you don't, man, because the exchange could lose it for you as well. So I don't know, man. It's rough.
I completely agree. It's risky either way, but I'd rather. You clearly can't trust a centralized exchange, a decentralized exchange. There's no need for I just did a whole segment on exchanges and cold storage. Check that out. Whale Rocket Crypto. But hear me out here on this. You could do a whole the exchanges. There's an only need for them is to do just that, exchange, and then get the heck out of there. Okay, it's just like going to the grocery store. I'm not looking for a cot in the back to chill out there, and only whenever I want to use some groceries, go out there to the main ship store sales floor and grab some stuff. You're there just to exchange and move on. I don't think that we're not. There's so much misinformation out there, like you were saying. Nobody knows. They don't know what they're doing. They see an aggressive interest rate and they think, "Hey, let me throw my money in there." I did so myself, but just with a small fraction.
Did, man. Yeah,
right. But you got to realize it's a risk. That's the big thing. Nobody thought Terra would do this. They collapsed to zero. Okay, from $60 billion is gone. Right, billion with a B. It's gone, completely vanished, and all of that, all these other. These protocols, they trying to, reach out from Voyager, Blockfi, FTX, Genesis. They all tried to reach out to get money that they've, lent to 3 Hours Capital. And what happens? There's no money. When there's no money, they become insolvent, essentially. It's happened to all of them. And that's exactly what took place with the fall of Terra. We're just seeing the ramifications in this cascading capitulation. We're seeing all of it hit the ground, or the dust is settling. The crash already happened. The dust is settling. There may still be some, another avalanche or two, but you got to be careful and watch out. Moon, what's your take on it,
man? Yeah, I think them being forced to have their own keys will force them to learn more about crypto instead of being lazy and letting somebody take care of their stuff for them. So that would solve that problem in itself. In order for them to jump into this space, they will have to learn more about it. Being forced to have their own keys. All right. So I think that will solve itself in that way. Secondly, I also think that you forgot that I was on your side about having a hardware wallet. Okay, Mr. I'm patting myself on the back.
I was patting channel on the back first.
Right. Right.
I felt like it was self-centered. What do you think?
Hey, listen.
Hey, but I just what I'm saying is I just was procrastinating on getting one myself, right? So yeah, I could have avoided all this by just, like you said, getting on the exchange, getting the stuff I need, and putting them in my own wallet, and I'll take care of my own stuff, and I don't have to worry about who's FDIC insured and who's lending my money over here to who, whatever, and losing my money and doing crazy stuff with it like Do Kwon and all these other people. So, but yeah, that was just my little quick take on that. And I know that we got to go on to the next topic, so I just want to just sum it up like that.
Oh, hey, before we roll off that topic though, real quick. So, what's y'all's deal on staking then? Is staking is it risky? Does it need to go away altogether? Like, how do y'all feel about it now?
Oh, no. Staking is very important into crypto. It depends on if you're staking. Like, for instance, Cardano is a perfect example of you could stake, but it never leaves your wallet, right? I think more companies need to adopt what Cardano has going on, doing it that way. A lot of these other places, you have to put it into their hands, and then they'll stake it, and they'll do whatever with your money. So I think if we're gonna have staking, it's to stay in your wallet, and they pay. You get rewards in that way, like Cardano does.
So to that topic, because the next topic kind of bleeds into it. It's more on three arrows, but when you're staking nowadays, it's got to be extremely intentional. All of it has to be extremely intentional. Okay, there's no, let me just to give it over here and let them see what they can do with my money. Let me give it a shot over here. It's all got to be intentional.
But you know what though? When you say intentional, man, like that sounds like kind of intense. And man, staking to me is the equivalent of interest, which is the exact opposite of intense. It's usually a low risk, hey,
passive way.
Put it. Absolutely. And staking the way that you're describing it and what Moon's talking about, I would say that's more, that's not as passive. I should say that. And maybe there's a learning curve to make it passive.
No. But that's why I said the way Cardano did it. That's why I said if you do it Cardano's way, that's very passive. You don't have to worry about.
Well, I don't think so, man. I staked Cardano for a little while and I didn't find it passive at all using that's another discussion, but I'm fairly technical, and I can tell you that.
What do you mean by passive? Because it's not like you have passive to actively restake it. It's literally you just put it, you buy it, you put it in your wallet, and it's in a staking pool in your wallet. So
it's not locked up.
You could take it out anytime. These other places you have to have it for 3 months in there, or some of them even a year.
Well, but I'm saying, but you have to be able to send to the address. I mean, you
don't got to send to any address. You just put it in your wallet. You're not listening. There's no address to send to. You get your ADA, you put it in your wallet. That's it.
You kind of stake your wallet or your delegation to a pool, and that pool is what that's where you've staked it, but it's still in your wallet. It's
right, but in order to check that balance in that wallet, you have to correct me if I'm wrong. You have to log on to the Cardano wallet, correct? Which
there's plenty of Cardano wallets. So you're talking about dataless, and that's opening the whole blockchain. They have light wallets where you don't have to open the whole blockchain. You have it they literally have it on your cell phone. It's called Eternal.
But we're talking
immediately
about
opens.
Right. But we'll move on. At the end of the day, it's not a passive. You guys can fight me on this all day.
It's very passive.
Nothing. It's passive if you have the ability, but if you're 65 years old trying to set up,
it's super easy. That's the thing. Like, this is not a hard thing. You could download it literally. This is how you do it.
All right, let's roll to the next topic.
Just 3 steps though. It's 3 steps.
I disagree.
Moves. Okay, but look.
I disagree,
moves.
Man.
Okay, you can disagree, but let me get my 3 steps out. Look, you download
USDC and USDR, man.
What does that have to do? What does that have to do with Cardano? Look,
Cardano. If they don't know what USDC is,
that has nothing to do with Cardano. Listen,
man, come on, man.
You download the Eternal wallet. Okay, it's on your Play Store.
You're talking to a
and on your App Store.
Person, man. Come on, man.
Bro, are we?
7-year-old person can't even download Windows, man. You talking?
So why
about
the hell are they in crypto? What are you talking about? Why are we talking about the 70-year-old?
Hey, look.
Why are we talking about a 70-year-old?
Hey, hang tight.
Let me.
Oh my God. Let me finish my 3 steps. You download the Eternal wallet. Okay. You buy your ADA and then you put it in your pool. There's 3 steps to it, and it's all in your wallet, and you can take it out anytime and liquidate it anytime. There's nothing intense about that. Nothing.
Okay. Let the captain go, man.
I say just as difficult as it is for a 70-year-old woman to go and log in and use.
We always talk about grandmas, and now we talk about the grandpas.
Listen,
grandmas and grandpas. We thought last time it was like, is grandma gonna get a hardware wallet? We ain't worried about grandma getting a hardware wallet. Now it's grandpa. Is he gonna stake? Come on, man.
Look, it's just as difficult for grandma and grandpa to get on the DocuSign as it is for them to stake.
Thank you. They be having a hard time with emails. Come on, man.
But to the point of, listen, when it's all adopted, you know, you're going to want ease of use for everyone, and you want staking to be a click of a button. To Moon's point, you've got Cardano with one of the more sophisticated ways to stake. To the root question, is staking good or bad? It really depends on how it's performed in the protocol that you're staking with. Staking can go either two ways, and both more lucrative than our traditional financial system. It can go in the 20 percentile, 10 percentile. The more percentage, the more riskier the asset. That's really how it boils down. Is the riskier the asset, the more they're likely to give you a yield on that and pray that you get that yield. I mean, I saw time on there for like 20,000% APY.
Look, they said you could get 40% yield back, but if the coin is worth zero, why does it matter how much yield you're getting back? That's my point. It's just like Anchor was giving this huge amount back. I mean, what's it worth now having any Luna or Terra?
And that was kind of my point, man. Like, we got sidetracked on some other stuff, but my point is, at the end of the day, man, like, staking is the equivalent of garnering interest. However, interest in the bank, it's all insured, and staking is literally tied to the value of whatever token you're staking, man. I mean,
it's definitely giving a black eye to crypto.
Exactly, that's the point.
It's giving a black eye to crypto, period. It's giving a black eye because
you're saying staking
was staking. The risk of staking now
people associate now people associate staking and high yields with. Hey.
Yeah, okay. You know, high yields and staking, they were two different things, though, guys. Like, they were two different things.
Well, you're staking for high yield. Like, you're staking for interest.
It's the same terminology, Moon. At the end of the day, high yield, 20%.
Yield farming and staking are two different things, guys. Totally.
Yeah, but you're staking to
two different things.
They're different processes, but the result is the same. You're getting
y'all are talking about yield farming and staking.
No.
Let's go to the next topic, man. Stop it, man, because you own one, man. And
y'all talking about yield farming and
nobody's talking about yield farming.
Yes, y'all are. Yes, y'all are. Still yield farming. That's what was going on. We're talking about staking. I'm not talking about letting people borrow your crypto, because staking is not that.
Well, okay? Stop.
Staking is nobody borrows your ADA when you stake it. All right, you're talking about yield farming. Okay, move on to the next topic, man. Oh my god.
Look, man, let's wrap this up, man. Obviously, it's been a rocky, tumultuous, rough bear market. Okay, what's going to survive? Okay, here we are in 2022. Okay, middle of 2022. We're talking about the next time Bitcoin reaching all-time highs, according to charts, okay, is 2024. All right, and we're talking at the latter part of 2024. Question is, what's going to be around to accompany it? We all know Bitcoin has to be the catalyst, right? Or does it? I don't know. Let's answer this question. I personally think that Ethereum's going to be around and probably extremely dominant in the space. Okay. Cardano is going to be around. XRP is going to be around. There's a few blue chip tokens that are just going to be around. VeChain. There's going to be some, but I think personally, we have seen the worst. Like they say that 90% or 99% of projects will fail. They're on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko. There's like over there's thousands of coins on there. They've already failed. A lot of them have already failed. They've dropped from the top 50 to the top 500, and then they're in the top 500 to the top 1,000. A lot of them have already failed. I don't think that there's too many that are going to just face plant the way that Terra did, the way that Luna did. I do think that there's going to be some new oncoming ones that come on that solve a problem, introduce a use case the same way NFTs did. So there's my 2 cents. Moose, let's hear from you, bro. What you got? What do you think's going to stick around?
Man, I don't know, man. But, me and Moon had this discussion earlier in the week. Maybe it was last week, like I think 10% was the number Moon used. Like 10% of these projects are like going to remain or not going to remain. I forget which way it was.
I said they're going to remain. 10% will remain. 10% will survive.
Yeah, 10% will survive. I don't know, man. There's so many projects. I would say this. I would say the ones that are
logic all day long. 10% will survive.
I mean, that's out of like thousands. I mean, there are thousands of projects. Okay. I don't know, man. I mean, I think the ones you named are good, man. I mean, they sound good now, but heck, you're talking to a guy who swore by Voyager, man. Voyager's bankruptcy chapter 11 right now. So, I mean, man, who's to say Ethereum will be here tomorrow, man? Ethereum Classic looked good to people. It was talked about as what, like, I don't know, man. Like, you got Algorand. I would say this. Projects that have good research teams, and I would say that those guys have a good chance of survival. And I saw something, man. They said, I think last week they said JP Morgan lost something like they lost several executives leaving JP Morgan going to a crypto firm. So
yeah,
man, maybe there's some of these tokens survive, man.
I think definitely there will be some that survive. I think 10% sounds like a good number amongst the thousands that are around. But yeah, I think, again, the risk and reward in crypto is the same as the yield that you saw offered to bait people in. I mean, Ethereum, people are saying, hey, it may be dead. It may not be around. But if it does stick around and you weather the storm, you might be a millionaire in less than 5 years off of 10 ETH. So
look, finally, my man Moose has joined the dark side and seen that ETH probably could fail like all the other cryptos. I've been yelling this forever. I've been saying it forever that ETH could fail. Look,
let me put the emoji up.
Look, y'all were talking like ETH could never fail. It is Bitcoin pretty much. Bro, nothing is Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, we don't even know that possibly could even fail. All right? Because it's not even living up to what the creator said it was supposed to be, a tender that replaced the dollar. It doesn't even look like it's going to come close to doing that.
It's not going to be that. It's
okay, so that's my point.
Asset.
That's my point. The intention, and then years later, it looked like it's something else. And we saying the same thing with ETH, and it could end up being something else. All right? That's all I'm saying. All I've been saying forever.
Bitcoin evolved into something even better. What if ETH does the same thing?
I mean, I won't say better. It has a use, but it would have been better if the whole world could use it.
Okay, it's got a use where
it has a use.
The use is different, but it's better than the intent.
But
look at this. Look at this at the .com boom, man. It was only like 5 or 6 major companies, like Amazon.com made it, eBay made it, Shutterfly made it, Coupons.com made it. It was a few other that made it through this. But man, do you know how many companies during that .com boom had billion-dollar valuations? Does that not look familiar right now? And we're over here talking about, these blue chips. We don't know which one of these blue chips is going to make it. Like, all of it may sound good. ETH sounds good. Algo could sound good. ADA could sound good.
What if we're making a mistake by trying to compare this whole crypto boom to the .com boom, man?
Well, I mean, all I know is in finance, you always look to history. You can't understand what's going to go on unless you have a historical reference to go off of. And this acted just like the .com boom so far.
But it is, but the difference is, man, and maybe this is good, maybe this is bad, but you got to think the differences in the .com boom, those were for the most part legit companies. And when I look at these crypto, I got you. We're running out of time. Like, let's just take Cardano, for instance. Cardano, all these crypto tokens are like research firms, and some of them have employees, some of them have teams, but a lot of them aren't governed under like a traditional company, like in the .com era, man. So I don't know, man. Maybe we're just looking at it all wrong.
Well, what do we mean by traditional company?
Well, I'm just saying, like, for instance, like Telos. I'll just use Telos as an example because Cap always talks about Telos.
Okay.
Like, does Telos have thousands of employees, or does Telos have a team of like 20 people?
Well, you gotta remember, Amazon did not start off with 1,000 employees either.
No,
right?
No doubt.
So they are real companies, and they really did register in the company that they chose to operate in, right? So they're real companies. Just like during the .com era, those were real companies. Of course, they grew to be companies that have thousands. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. Yeah, they had to grow into that. Now we're early in the crypto, but as you can see, like you said, these young guys at JP Morgan and I don't know, Merrill Lynch or wherever else they at, they like, look, we see where this is going. They want to change the money.
Or do they see an opportunity to capital? Well, that's what I was about to say.
But that's you think they would leave their job to go somewhere that can make money for 2 years, or somewhere that could be the future? Like, we're talking about some smart men here, and like,
I don't know. Yeah, they're smart, but man, we're not. We're also in the day and age where like nobody really works a job for 10, 15, 20 years now. Period, man. People look for their next come up, and then they're out.
No, but I don't think they went for a job. I think they went for the opportunity to be a captains of the next industry that's coming. You see what I'm saying?
I think it sounds good, man. I don't know, man. I'm here for the long haul. Some days I just wonder, are we naive in thinking? I think the .com era is the easiest thing to just pick out of history and say this is the equivalent. But man, I don't think we've ever seen anything like this when you have a freaking digital coin that's worth $30,000.
We had Web 1 at the time was like, they were like, what is this? I remember everybody thought anything on the internet was fake. Now everybody thinks their life is on the internet. Do you remember that, right? It was like, it was a whole, what was that? Going to Seattle, Sleepless in Seattle or something like that. You got mail thing. And they were like, oh my gosh, you're dating somebody online. That was like the weirdest thing ever. Now it's like Tinder, left, right, all day. That's all people talk about.
I think there's no doubt that the technology is going to birth the way the future is kind of paved. The question is, what's still going to be around to lay that foundation? You know, what's going to be, there's going to be like Amazon wasn't a part of the .com, but they are now the conglomerate, same as Google and you know, so on and so forth. Walmart, all these other.
Amazon was around. They were around during the .com bubble.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
But in Amazon, I mean, you know, the story.
They were struggling too. They were struggling too. That's what I'm saying. Like, absolutely. Voyager could turn out to be one of the biggest exchanges ever. We don't know. That's all we're saying. That's why all I'm saying is, when I say ETH could fail, I just want to temper everybody the same way people were telling Rand that Luna could fail, and everybody was like, no, it's impossible. Look how much money and look how many people are in this. That's the same thing that could happen to ETH. Right,
so let's make the closing statement like this. Do your own research, and even if you do, you might get burned.
That's it, man.
You might get burned.
Look, but that's why we always say, don't put what you can't lose. You can't be mad about what you lost, other than you putting money that you couldn't lose. Right?
There you go. That's gospel.
Yeah. So don't gamble your life, and don't gamble the rent and the mortgage away. Don't leverage the house. You know, until we have to buy. No, don't do it at all. But still, like, just take it into consideration when you really want to make a wise choice with what you do choose. Top 10 is usually, you know, where we want to try to, you know, the less risk are in the top 10. Okay? Still risky, but they're just less risky. Anyway, y'all, appreciate you listening. Whale Rock is out.
Out. Peace.
You stole my heart of